さかの間が親子喧嘩の途中なんだ。
Although the swords are not the greatest representations of strength and power within the One Piece universe as are the devil fruits and Haki, it is undeniable that they are very powerful and important, especially the highest level swords such as Yoru, sword from Mihawk, and the Whitebeard's Basento, Murakomigiri. In a recent video I mentioned how interesting it would be if the sword of the former pirate King Gold D. Roger had been in Shanks' possession this whole time, even more so after we saw Shanks humiliate Kid and his crew using one of Roger's most iconic abilities, Kamusari. This theory would further heighten the sense that Roger and Shanks were like master and disciple beyond just Roger believing Shanks when he handed him the straw hats. So does this possibility also fit for Shanks and Luffy's relationship as master and disciple? Could it be that even though Luffy is not a swordsman, it would be interesting for him to carry, at the end of One Piece, a powerful sword, like the powerful Gryphon of Shanks for example? Well, we're going to analyze all this in today's video. Hey my dear pirates, you are on channel Straw Hats One Piece Theories. So if you want to be a pirate king like me and achieve eternal glory, go ahead and press the like button with all the power of your devil fruit. And if you're new here my dear pirate, already subscribe to the channel and don't forget to activate the notifications bell so you don't miss any new video, okay? Then join this crew that will dominate the entire Grand Line and the New World. Now without further ado, let's get to this epic video. And well my dear pirate, one of the most interesting things that shonen anime can provide us is the relationship between a master and a disciple. And the deeper this relationship is, the more interesting it becomes. It's cool to see a true master not only teaching new powers and skills to his disciple. I find it very interesting when that master's life philosophies are also passed on to his disciple in a way that this character ends up becoming an even better and more evolved version than your master. In One Piece, Luffy's great master was certainly Rayleigh, but Rayleigh did not pass on to Luffy the things that, as I said earlier, are the most important, which is the philosophy of life and teachings about the world. This role was certainly done by Shanks from the beginning. Shanks is Luffy's true mentor. Rayleigh would be something comparable to Kakashi in Naruto. He was a great teacher who taught him many things, but the way Naruto came to see the world came from Jiraiya, who was not the master who taught him all the greatest abilities and powers, but it was precisely what showed him the path that Naruto should follow. And this parallel between both series makes a lot of sense, because Jiraiya wasn't there all the time to protect and help Naruto in the same way that Shanks doesn't do that. We know that both are close, but they don't get in the way and act at all times in the journey of their disciples. They let them act in that universe and learn for themselves. In fact, Shanks and Jiraiya are so much alike that they both follow something the world cannot understand. It's almost as if they both follow a supernatural intuition about their disciples. In Jiraiya's case, he has a prophecy itself, while in Shanks' case, it seems he has all the necessary information about this world and knows that only Luffy has what it takes to change it. However, I confess that I find this relationship between master and disciple a little less emphatic in One Piece. It seems to me that in One Piece this relationship is a little less important than it should be, especially when it comes to the main characters. That's why I made 2 videos theorizing and bringing some important points about the master and disciple relationship between Roger and Shanks. In a video I talked about how Roger saw that Shanks was the right person to follow in his footsteps to the point of handing him his straw hat, and in another video I talked about Roger's ace sword that could be with Shanks, or even maybe Gryphon was Roger's sword in disguise, since both are sabers and are very similar, not to mention the fact that Shanks has Kamusari is used. If the theory of Roger's sword being in Shanks' possession or being Shanks' Gryphon were to come to fruition, it would certainly bring even more context and depth between these 2 legendary characters. But even if these theories are not concluded, I would still like to see at least Shanks hand over his sword to Luffy at the end of One Piece, not with the aim of Luffy becoming a swordsman or anything like that, but just as one more symbol of this relationship between him and Shanks that goes beyond the straw hat and philosophy of life. Because, even though Roger and Shanks are very powerful due to their Conqueror's Haki, even so, both kept a sword with them as if it were a secondary weapon for their battles, so why Luffy couldn't carry a sword on his waist either? But now I want to know your opinion about everything we commented here today. Do you believe that even not being a swordsman will end up having a sword at the end of One Piece? Could Shanks hand over his Gryphon sword to Luffy in recognition? But of course, if you made it this far, it's because you like the content, so it doesn't hurt to subscribe to our channel and become one more member of our fleet, my dear sailor. And of course, do not forget to press the like button, that helps a lot in spreading the video and the channel, so help us to become the largest fleet of pirates here on YouTube, okay? A big hug for everyone. And until the next video.